Alright everyone, chapter 7 of the JOJOlands is out, and it started right where the last chapter ended, with Jodio, Dragona, and Paco being attacked by the cats that have been following them around since chapter 2. They spend the entire chapter dealing with these cats, with a surprise twist at the end. The first main topic I want to discuss is this scene in the chapter where Paco uses the hustle to get to the trunk of the tree that I honestly really like. Paco is my favorite character so far, so I'm just looking for more stuff to talk about with him. But I do like the act of Paco and Dragona getting to the tree branch, as it was definitely a team effort from the both of them, where it seems like the two of them started moving to the tree together, and then when Paco finally landed there, he used the hustle to stick on. I do like this sense of teamwork that the Part 9 gang has, since it is pretty interesting to see, and a relationship we haven't seen in JoJo before. They're all willing to work together, but we do know that there is a slight bit of hostility that each member has towards each other, especially with Paco. This is honestly something we haven't seen too much besides part 2 with Joseph and Caesar, or part 4 with Rohan and Josuke, but this time it feels like it's happening with the whole group, where they all just sort of work together because they have to. Well, besides Jodio and Dragona. But now let's talk about the other gang, the cats that are attacking our main group. First things first, it looks as though all of the cats have the exact same ability of dealing with the wires. I think if Araki decided to give one of the cats a different ability, he would have shown it by now, but from what we can tell, it looks as though all of the cats can freely control any amount of wires that they so please, which is a bit disappointing, but also works towards the fright of the cats. Just the fact that there are multiple cats who are giving our main gang this much trouble, that you can't even take one of them down, because as we've seen before, just one cat could deal problems to the entire group, which is scary in its own way. But you know what else is scary? Some of this art that Araki made this chapter, especially of the two cats right here. Okay, scary might not be the right word, but the cats look downright monstrous. Like, what are these faces that Araki has drawn? I don't recall the last time Araki drew something this beast-like, since maybe that bear that Hot Pants fought and sacrificed her brother for. This is quite the surprise to see, just like how you could also see from some of the panels that I've been putting up on the screen already. But it looks as though these cats might not even be cats in the first place. They honestly look like they're made out of the string that they've been attacking the gang with this whole time. So this could mean that these cats could honestly be a stand of itself, or even rock animals. I'm just saying, it could be a possibility, but there's definitely something fishy going on with these cats. Something else that is pretty fishy in my opinion is that we still haven't gotten a name for the stand that the cats are using. This again goes into my last point that Araki could be hiding something crucial about these critters. Whatever it is, there is some secret behind them. There could be the possibility that Araki reveals the stand name at the end of the fight, but there's no fun in that unless it's tied into the actual story and not just the narrator letting us know. Since cats can't talk, I'm not expecting something like that, but it would be nice if a character explains what happened, similar to how a random character explained Shakedown Road or Milagro Man. This would be amazing to see. But something that isn't quite amazing to see is that there are a lot of instances of body horror found in this chapter, mainly with Dragona and Paco. In a lot of these panels, you can see them suffering because of the cat stand attack. There are a lot of notable ones I could talk about, and that's exactly what I will do. For Paco, there's these panels of his right eye literally coming out of the socket, which is really disturbing to look at. What hurts is that he can't even do anything about it, as shown by the scissors that snap nearly immediately right after an attempt to save himself. Dragona isn't much better off too. In one of the panels, it literally looks like he's about to die, or at least lost consciousness, with his eyes eyes rolled all the way back and looking like there's absolutely nothing in his mind. It's really wild to see Araki is still willing to write about all these grotesque topics, and it's not hindering the reading experience too much. A master of his craft, honestly. Just like how the 22.3% of my audience are masters in knowing what I like. Okay, this is the hypest part of the chapter, by far. When all hope looks lost, a car pulls up and crashes into a tree. The car that appeared is driven by none other than Usagi himself. That is right, everyone. Usagi has returned, and he is not a traitor. He was merely working on his own plan. In case anyone was confused on what Usagi truly did, here's a rundown on what happened. Usagi went to the car because he previously bought burgers and left them there. Usagi was going to put drugs in the burgers and feed them to the cats, but decided against it as he got expensive caviar from Rohan's house. This caviar is something that cats like, since cats eat fish, and thus the caviar burgers would be something that the cats would like to eat. Usagi lured the cats to him and used the mate kudasai to get them close and captured them. He used the lava rocks to make them slip and then captured the cats. I don't think I have to say it, but this strategy was absolute genius. Using items you previously had is a smart way with dealing with the issue, and although Usagi definitely hinted at him knowing way more than at an initial glance, his performance in this chapter blew it out of the water. However, there is something I'm still questioning. It would have to be how Usagi knew that he could use the lava rocks to make the cats trip. If anything, I would have thought that the cats would start to be attracted by the rock, which is technically what happened, but the fact that the cats became completely defenseless because of the rock is interesting. Maybe Usagi knows stuff about the lava rock, or maybe he just caught a lucky break. But honestly, if something is a lucky break, it's the fact that one of the cats may have quite literally died because of Jodio's November rain attack. Notice that at the start of the fight, there were 3 cats, but Usagi only captured 2 within the net. This is because earlier in the fight, Jodio attacked one of the cats while in the branch, and the cat flew to the other side of the forest and was literally never seen again. With Araki's track record on killing animals, it's possible that this is the last we see of this cat, but there is also a chance that this final cat comes in later. Either way, like the rest of this chapter, it's pretty dark. But despite the chapter being dark, I think we can all admit it was really good. I mean, the fight so far has been amazing, and we're going through tons of twists and turns every single chapter. The build-up that this chapter ends on as well leaves many people excited for what's to come. But honestly, I definitely couldn't say the same statement about this certain section of JoJo shown in this video right here.